suggested that we meet under a disused jetty by the river.
Disused Yeti?
Anyway, hi.
Hi.
Disused
Hi.
Yeti. I'm Risa Romano.
My name's Ken, and that's it.
And I'm Warren J. Cox.
He remembered his name.
That's true.
Proud of you, sport.
Oh, damn it. Can we do that over?
No.
I'll say I'm Ken first.
No.
Yeah, that'd be great.
No, it's too late. Introductions have been done.
Or I could be Pickles.
You can't be Pickles.
I
Pickles
could
is my
be
cat.
I'm Pickles.
No, your name is Warren. You are a bad person.
And we're filming a Galaxy of Comics.
She
I
just
better
keeps-
say because you
she
never
just
Warren's
keeps-
trying to identity thief my cat. You monster.
I love that she just keeps going. Yes, we're here at Galaxy of Comics.
This is for you.
I know. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. There's a. We're actually looking at the Silver Surfer's butt as we look up.
They've got a real Silver Surfer.
A giant Silver Surfer. It's
Yeah.
the coolest thing you've ever
It's
seen.
life size.
So you have to come here.
Yeah.
Here.
He's
Specifically.
missing the back end of his board.
It's
though.
17306 Satakoy Street, Van Nuys, California. That's very helpful.
Oh wow, the address is right there. I'm like, did you just know that off the top of your head?
Corner of Satakoy and Louise.
Yeah. They're moving in.
Yeah, there's weird noises behind us.
There's a cat over there somewhere, but she won't be my friend.
Yeah,
She's
well.
angry. Look at the ears.
She does.
Yeah,
She is
she's
angry.
got mad.
She's
face
like,
on.
you're talking about me. Damn you.
I'm gonna get her. Get her.
And today, I just said, we're talking about favorite first stories of doctors, like when the Doctor first regenerated. So it sounded like, Warren, you just came up with one.
Yeah, I know mine for sure. Okay, so I 11. As much as I don't like 11, I love that first
He does have
storyline.
a great first
Yeah,
story,
and it's with the little girl, and it's you know what I mean. It's like I loved that. I absolutely loved that. So, and plus it didn't have Rory, which is
It did have Rory.
Yeah, he's in it.
There?
no, but no. Oh yeah,
He wasn't the main focus,
Yeah,
but he
you're
was
right.
there.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, shit. Well, maybe I'll go back on my original assessment of that. 12. No, that's fine. 11.
12 wasn't great for me.
Yeah.
I liked that first moment with him trying to figure out who he is, like with the scarf, and no, I'm past that, and you know what I mean. I liked all of that, but I think 11 is just it's sillier, and it's kind of it's fun with you know what I mean. It's
And his first I Am the Doctor I thought was excellent.
yeah. Oh, and that's true too. Yeah, and shoelaces. She loves shoelaces. She really loves shoelaces.
She just untied your shoe. She knows exactly
Oh, no,
how
she's
to untie your
definitely-
shoe.
No,
She's learned.
she has learned. Yeah, seriously, 6 or 8 months ago, she didn't even do this. Now that's all she does. Somebody comes through the door and she gets shoelaces.
She's never gone after my shoelaces.
I don't understand it.
Maybe it's because mine are black and
Yeah.
they match really well with the shoes.
Maybe she likes girls.
Maybe.
When people come in the store, is it always girls?
You don't have shoelaces.
There's a reason for that.
Okay.
Mhm, exactly.
Learn.
We're
don't have any shoes.
we're going to present our shoes to everybody. You're gonna have to like go off camera and show our shoes.
I have 10 Doctor shoes. Except that they're low tops. That's why I bought these originally. It was for a cosplay.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. Well, she's appreciative.
Yes.
If you're wondering who we're talking about, it's this little cat.
Where's Scraps?
Don't play with her.
Scraps is always
Hand her to
here.
me.
I haven't seen her.
She's like, oh, damn it, they have me again. She's like, I don't like this, Ken. This is not cool. This is not cool, Ken.
Friends. We are friends.
She's like, I'm gonna screw you up, man.
I
I'm
don't
gonna claw
care.
you and hiss at
She
you.
doesn't though. It's
She
interesting.
just
I've had cats who would.
she
not
knows
even
what
about it.
she knows what making me angry is and what is like truly threatening actions, and she understands it. She's like, quit it, and then she goes right back to your shoes.
No.
There's no point in retying them until I leave. Right?
No, it's totally not. I see people walking around the store with untied shoelaces the whole time.
Well, I'm covered in cat hair now.
So that one's mine.
So that one's yours.
Yep.
Anything else about it? It was just you.
I loved the sort of what does he eat taste test
That
thing.
seems really
Yeah, it's
fun,
like.
yeah. And it had to be strong because everyone, for the most part, Tennant had such like a strong following that needed to be as strong as it was.
Yeah, and I don't even like him as a doctor, and it was like that was a very good. Yeah, it was a very good first episode.
And I liked him even more than you did, so it worked even
There you go. There you go.
Should we just go in order? Do you
Sure.
have? Well, okay, I'll go. Mine. I was gonna go with Patrick Troughton because it was the first time that we had seen it, and unfortunately, we don't have any of those episodes.
That's true. Yeah.
I saw them in reconstruction, which was very difficult for me to get through.
Was it animated or was it just frames?
Then I saw it in animation. They then
okay.
went back and animated it, and I've seen,
Okay.
and that's a lot easier to
So
watch.
is it?
Because it's frames.
So you're
Wasn't
saying
it
it's your
original?
favorite, but it's hard to get through. Is it because there's the animated version? Does that help, or
The
is it
animated
just?
version helped a lot. I liked the story. I like that it was the first time. So like, whereas this time when the Doctor regenerates, he's either alone or it's with a companion who like knows, and they gloss over it very quickly.
Right.
They didn't gloss over it. They were like really trying to figure out what was going on.
Right.
Polly thought it was the Doctor. Ben thought it wasn't.
That's right.
So they even kind of had this sort of like debate amongst the companions.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like an interesting story with like the Daleks come back and they're acting like they're good guys, but they're never good
I
guys.
forgot about that. That's the first one.
That's
huh?
his
God,
first
I forgot
episode.
about
There's
that.
just so much going on, and he
Okay.
won't respond to Doctor. They keep calling him Doctor, and for the first couple of episodes, he doesn't respond to the name
I
or title.
remember that. Yeah.
Did they ever explain why that was?
I've heard a theory about this, which I love and hope, and I don't know that this was what they were thinking at the time, but I've kind of retconned it for myself
Fair
until
enough.
they tell me otherwise. Which is that every time the Doctor regenerates, he has to choose whether or not he wants to be the Doctor in this new regeneration.
Oh.
Like he didn't when he became the War Doctor. He became
Yeah.
something else
Yeah.
other than the Doctor.
Yeah.
So I like the idea that he hadn't decided he was the Doctor. So they keep saying Doctor, and he's not responding. He's like, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
And he's just kind of like cagey, and you're sort of suspicious of him too because he's suspicious in the beginning.
Yeah.
Even though
yeah.
I knew that he would become the Doctor, I
Right.
didn't know like at that point
Right.
what to, you know,
Okay.
make it.
Yeah.
So I like that one the best.
Mine. I have a problem with a lot of the first episodes
I do too.
because it's just like it's so jarring, and a lot of times like they're unlikable in
You
their
don't
first
know who
episode.
you don't know
Yeah.
who they are,
Like,
what they're doing.
As much as I love Capaldi, I don't think he had a very good first episode. His was
I think
okay.
it takes them some time to warm up too. And really
Yeah,
figure out what
yeah,
they
Well, he was a little. Yeah, he was a little. You're right. Yeah.
yeah.
I
I-
felt like it kind of took him a season before he really completely
Think so?
decided what he wanted. Well, because he changed so much in season 9. He comes in on the tank playing the electric guitar, and you're like, this is different than the grumpy
No,
old man.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
like if
That's a
that
good
was his
point.
first episode, that would be amazing.
That's a good point.
9, it's such a. His first episode is like, oh, this is not good. Like he's good in it. He's really good, but like 1, it's not even really his regeneration episode
No, it's
because he's
not.
already
Well, that's
he's
true.
already like
That's
established
true. That's
as
true.
the Doctor. And it's like when I first saw, because that was the first episode I like actually sat and watched and went, oh, this is what Doctor Who is. I don't know if I like this.
Yeah. I always want people to start with Rose, but like with the understanding that like watch a few episodes. Don't
Yeah.
just watch that one and be like, oh no, this isn't
Yeah.
for me. Like watch a few.
And then Tens is pretty good. I like
This
Tens.
is alright, yeah.
It's not great, but it's good. By the time you get to the end, it's good. But like he's
Yeah.
passed out through most of it. So
That's
it's like,
that's my problem with that episode. Is he's
Yeah.
unconscious for the majority
Yeah.
of the.
and then a lot of the earlier ones, like 6 has probably like the
That's
worst.
6 to
first
7's the
one.
worst
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
6 and 7, both theirs are terrible.
Yep.
5
6
is just.
into 7, they didn't even have Colin Baker. It was Sylvester McCoy in a wig.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 5 had that weird jarring thing because 4 dies in such a kind of
Yeah.
bad way. It's
Oh, that
just
was
like,
creepy. Actually, that white
yeah.
thing. I don't know what that
Yeah.
was. And then
They
like
were
it
doing
superimposes, and then
They were doing weird stuff right in that time too, because isn't that the
That's
same
bizarre, I
period as
forgot
the? Isn't that the same period as the? I think it's another Time Lord who's like levitating and doing other weird stuff. What was that? Was that?
Are you thinking? I don't
Is
know.
that-
When you
that was
say
5,
Leviathan,
right?
Time Lord, I think of the third Doctor when it's that guy, and he's so English with his bowler hat and his cane.
Oh, yes.
And he's like floating through midair.
Yes, that's the one. Oh, that's 3? Did you say that's 3? Oh, okay, all right, I
He's
missed
warning
that.
him that the Master's coming. It's the first time we
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 has a weird one.
That was weird.
I actually haven't seen 4th's first episode. I'm a bad person. So
I've always said so.
I know. You tell me that every
Oh.
time I come in here.
Oh, that wasn't that bad.
Okay, he might have a
Yeah.
good one, so I need to sit and watch his. 3, I wasn't a fan of 3. 2, it's like it's so jarring.
I love
'cause,
3,
like,
but I
you
don't
can't
remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember.
I
3's
actually
first
liked 3's
episode.
first
Three-
episode,
yes,
but it was
that
kind
good.
of because he was being Patrick Troughton.
Well,
It was before he was
also-
definitely before he
And
figured
also
it out.
keep in mind, isn't that the first fully color episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is also like kind of jarring after you've watched 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for so
Yeah.
long, as many episodes as there are, which is a lot of episodes.
But yeah, continuing. I will say 1 has a really good episode because it's the
His
start of the
first episode
series,
is fantastic.
and it's
Mm.
so good. So it'd be either that, but I think I'm gonna go with Warren's same choice and say 11. He's so damn likable in that first episode.
Yeah, I agree.
It is so fun.
I
The
agree.
the tasting things, the being friends with the little girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just everything about that first, like, his first episode is one of the best episodes of the new series.
Absolutely.
Like, I would put
Yeah.
that in, like, at least the top 10.
I'd put it in maybe top 20.
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking about... Depends on how much
from
we're talking
9
about.
forward.
Yeah, top 20.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I need lots of room for David Tennant.
That's fair. That's very fair.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because, and I'm same thing, like, Matt Smith of the newer guys probably my least favorite.
Yep.
Not like I dislike him at
Yeah.
all, but, huh?
What?
I knew you were going to make some sort of
I kind of
rebuttal.
do. I just.
Is he making fun of me?
No,
No,
I'm
he's
making fun of Matt Smith.
Oh, that's fine.
The giant Easter Island statue that his head is.
You're just jealous.
Oh yeah, clearly. That'll get me all the babes.
It worked for him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
You should play the Frankenstein monster.
He'd be good at
That would
that.
maybe
Has
work.
he ever done that?
that would maybe
Not
work.
that I know
That
of.
would
Should
maybe
do
work.
that.
Yeah, right?
That's
yeah.
what I hate about Penny Dreadful. They just can't. They cannot. They don't handle the Frankenstein monster well at all.
Oh,
It's terrible.
it's like one of the...
I
It
know.
shouldn't be difficult.
I know. Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah.
Totally off track.
I say 11. 11 and 1 I think are the best first episodes. Oh yeah, I never said 8. 8 is like, because it's that TV movie.
It's
but
that TV
right.
movie.
I still actually enjoy it just because I like
I do
him
too.
so much.
Yeah.
Like his would probably be in the better
It's-
half.
You know, there are just so few TV movies from the 90s that work at all.
Which is weird because they did a lot of those.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A little bit of explanation. Here at the store, we have a giant a collection of DVDs that are superhero and superhero related type things. And there was a lot of that. Like, remember the Generation X
Yeah.
movie? I think from the same network. Wasn't that
Yeah,
Fox?
it was
It was
Fox.
from Fox.
Well, the thing with that is like
There's the
they're pilots. They're
there's-
pilots that
Yeah.
like they're
Right.
torn on. They're like,
Right.
well, let's put it out and see if
what
people react
happens. Yeah.
positively.
Justice League. Do you remember the Justice League one?
Oh.
From like 1996 or
Was it that
so?
late? I thought it was like
Yeah.
80s.
I was the
Oh,
same
no.
year as
No.
Doctor Who. My
Oh,
network was
that's
doing
bad.
that.
Oh, it was bad. And that was not Fox. That was like CBS or something like that. Awful. I
Yeah.
mean, just awful.
Yeah.
And actually, that wasn't a. Oh my God, that wasn't a movie. That wasn't a TV movie. I think they actually did a couple episodes of that.
You're
So I think
kidding.
I've got more of those than I do anything else. I'm pretty sure
Wow.
that was actually like maybe they showed like 3 or 4 before they canceled it. 'cause
There
it
was
so
also
awful.
the Nick Fury thing with David Hasselhoff.
Oh,
Don't forget about
that one's truly awful.
Oh,
That
yeah.
one's a train wreck. That one is so bad. It's like, please turn
I
this
rem-
off. Please turn this off. Please
I
turn this
remember
off.
being a kid when they were airing that, and like that was like right when I was just starting to get into comics.
It's like I've gone blind.
And
I've
like
gone
I
blind.
was so excited for it because it's like it's the guy from Knight Rider and he's gonna be Nick Fury. That's gonna be so cool. And then watching
It's so
it and like I
bad.
wanted to like it
This
so
is
bad.
heartbreaking listening to
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so bad.
I wanted to like it so much,
Yeah.
and by the end,
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's awful.
That wasn't good, was
it's
it?
awful. It's
Yeah.
awful.
Nothing to admit to yourself.
Yeah. And it's funny. Most of those really, really super bad ones are all in the 90s. I mean, if you look at
Because I don't think they do that anymore. I don't think they like air. They'll do a pilot and it's like either they're gonna pick it up or they're not.
Yeah.
They don't like air a pilot and go.
Yep.
Well, I guess maybe Amazon. I guess they do. That.
Well,
Now, and see that's the thing. Even now, it's completely different. Even
But they don't call it a TV
miserable-
movie. They actually call it. This is a pilot. Vote for what you want.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and they only give you the one
exactly.
episode. The thing with the Tick is driving me crazy. It's like, give me a season, or
Right.
like, to at least let me know what's going on.
Yeah. I thought
So I
there
feel
was
like
a season.
they are, but I feel like they're still ramping up, and then they stopped halfway through the season, and they're like, we'll make the rest later. Like, what?
Well, that's kind of like what Enterprise did, or not Enterprise, Discovery.
Discovery.
Although that wasn't really, that was just more like a holiday break.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But they did like what, 6 or 7 episodes?
They
No,
did
they did
like
like 9.
7 or 8, or maybe 9. Yeah, and then did.
I haven't been watching that. Is that any good?
The first the first few were actually really good. I haven't watched since it came back.
Okay.
But the first few were actually quite good. Yeah, I was sort of impressed. I'm always kind of torn about going back to like do stuff, because this is supposed to be between.
It's between Enterprise and the original series.
Yes, and
So
it's
I think it's like 10 years before the original series.
Yeah, and it's like I have a problem with that because the technology is so radically different. It's like they're using this spore drive that's supposed to be super great, but then are you going to explain at some point that there's a reason why nobody else is? I'm assuming.
I wish they would go forward with Star Trek again. Do something that takes place after Voyager.
Exactly.
Because Voyager was like the most forward.
And I want to see her anyway. What's her name? What's Janeway's name?
Kate Mulgrew?
Kate Mulgrew. I want to see Kate Mulgrew anyway. She's like a admiral or something.
Yeah, she's an admiral in Star Trek Nemesis, isn't she?
Wow,
because I think she has a cameo.
Is it that far back? Because
that's the last time we've seen her.
Awful.
Oh yeah, Nemesis was
terrible.
Awful. That's what killed Star Trek.
Wasn't he a Romulan that had not Kirk, Picard's DNA or something?
Yeah, he was a clone of Picard and a Romulan or something.
Oh, so bad. Yeah. God, that was terrible.
Oh God, it's awful. Yeah. And they fucked up Data and just.
That's right.
No, they could do something so interesting with that.
Yeah, they have so many actors that have been in those movies and in the shows that they could bring forward, you know what I mean? Like, just to age them. Well, they don't need to age them 10 years. It's already been 10 or 12 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And just kind of have fun with it.
I know, what's his name? Michael Dorn?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll do it. I will do anything.
Yeah, he loved doing it.
And he's great. Fucking bring him back.
Yeah. That would be great.
We are so off topic.
I would like to see him. I would like to see him be a
even
captain.
I'm realizing how off topic we are.
Off topic we are. How'd we get here?
I don't know.
Oh, TV movies.
Oh yeah.
The Doctor Who TV movie was as bad as certain other thing. It's very camp, and it's easier
camp.
once you've seen it once. Like, knowing what you're getting in.
Yeah.
It's really fun if you're watching it with a big group of people.
You know what? Like the first third of the movie feels like. The first third of that movie feels a little bit like Big Trouble in Little China. It's got that. Well, you remember? It's got the weird.
Are they in Chinatown?
That's. I think they are, or at very least, there's that weird gang of, of like Asian American whatever.
Didn't that take place like slightly in the future? Like it aired in '96, but it was supposed to be like the year 2000.
Yeah, 1999. It was like New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
But there was no importance to the fact that it was going to the year 2000.
Right. Yeah. That was. You're right. That was weird. And that was. That was Eric Roberts.
Yeah.
Right.
He was the master.
Right.
I was dressed for the occasion.
I would say we could going back to the other topic. We could say Eric Roberts, but Eric Roberts could come back as a villain, but he's such a dick. No one wants to work with him. Oh, there I said it.
Be nice to Eric Roberts.
He's a dick. He's been in this store twice, and the guy's a dick. Yeah, he's a dick.
And you don't care if he.
He doesn't watch. I'm sure he doesn't watch.
He might be. He's like looking. He's like, someone's mentioning me somewhere on the internet.
Somebody's
talking about me on the internet.
You know what it is? You know what it is? His sister is a huge fan of our show, and now she's really pissed.
Or maybe she hates him too.
It's true.
I don't know. Do they get along?
I have no idea. Yeah, all I know is he shot a sizzle reel here. You know what a sizzle reel is, right? Okay, it's like a 10 or 12 minute thing to showcase, hey, this is how good a pilot could be.
Oh, okay.
And we have a sometime customer who's a comedian who wanted to do this. It was kind of a fun idea, and he played her father. Somehow they got him to, and seriously, like 3/4 of the way through the filming, he just blew a gasket and just like was a dick about a bunch of stuff. And they were like, all right, I think you're good. I think we can. And then they basically replaced him. Yeah, they filmed some more stuff and basically replaced him. It was like, yeah, it was really bad. He's a dick.
Inside Hollywood Scoop.
Sorry, yeah. We've had Hurley from Lost here.
He seems cool.
He's very nice.
Are you
yeah,
just
very nice.
talking about me?
What?
I've been mistaken for
Yeah,
him.
or Hagrid. We talked about this. Yeah.
No, I signed an autograph because somebody thought I was him and wouldn't leave me alone.
Did you say your name?
You don't even look remotely Hispanic. I mean,
No,
not even remotely
but
Hispanic.
I'm not even kidding. Like, there were multiple times people thought I was fucking him.
That's awesome.
I was at San Diego Comic-Con one year, like, browsing, and there was a lady following me around, and she's like, "You're Hurley." I'm like, "No." She's like, "You're Hurley." I'm like, "No."
Before I started fucking with my hair, people thought it was Taylor Swift.
Really? So strange.
You know.
And then I was at Universal City Walk, and someone wouldn't leave me alone. They were all like, "You're Hurley." I'm like, "No, I'm not at all." I'm like, "Will you get me an autograph?" Fine. They wouldn't leave me alone, and I'm like,
I've had pictures taken.
Did you
It's weird.
did
Yeah.
you sign it? I'm not Hurley.
I
and
wrote
what's your
Matt
name?
Damon.
Matt Damon.
And then,
That's
one time
awesome.
I was at In-N-Out with friends, and we're just sitting there, and like, there's a 12-year-old girl hiding behind a trash can staring at me because she thought I was him.
Oh my god.
And like somebody went, "Hey, that kid is staring at me." I'm like, "What?" And I'm
Awesome.
like, "Hey, what's going on?" She's like, "Aren't you the guy from Lost?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm sorry." But it was a little kid, so I tried to be nice about it. I'm like, "Oh, I'm his stunt double." I said that to her just to make her feel better. Because, like, she seemed really crushed when I said I wasn't him. and I
Plus, she's
just felt
lost so
bad.
much weight now. Nobody
Yeah.
can possibly.
Didn't he lose a ton of weight, too?
I have no idea.
I thought I heard somewhere that, like, he lost a shit ton of weight.
Ken here has lost like an entire person.
138 pounds.
That is impressive. There you go.
Right in front of Risa. I always feel weird doing that. Like,
It's like an entire person.
yes, it is.
It
No,
is.
what the hell was I watching? I was watching.
I've gained
I was
a bunch
watching
of that.
30
I got
Rock.
some of that.
I was watching 30 Rock, and there's an episode where Alec Baldwin turns to Tina Fey. That's her name, right?
Yeah, Tina Fey. Yeah.
And he just and like he's like, "I can guess your weight." And she's like, "No, you can't." And he goes like 120 pounds. And she's like, she like gets all weird about it and walks away. And I'm like, fuck, is that what she really weighs? I lost Tina Fey plus more. I lost Tina
You
Fey
lost
plus
Tina
18
Fey.
pounds.
Yeah.
Plus a toddler. You've
Yeah.
lost. Yeah.
If Tina Fey was pregnant, I lost pregnant Tina Fey.
Tina Fey's one of our watchers too.
Hi, Tina Fey.
Yeah.
I'm watching 30 Rock now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is it any good?
It's decent.
Yeah. Alright.
It's not the best show, but it's pretty good. I like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt a lot, though. Like, that's
I've
what
heard
I
that's
watched
very
that and
good.
went, I should watch 30 Rock.
I've heard that's very good. Is there 2 seasons of that now?
There's like 3.
Oh, no kidding. I might just watch that. Okay.
It's very good.
I'm watching Deadwood. Not
Yeah.
that anybody was asking, but I'm
What are you watching, Lisa?
I'm sorry. I didn't say that right. I'm watching fucking cocksucking Deadwood. You guys ever noticed that? Have you ever watched it?
I never saw
It
No, I
is
never
it.
saw
such a swear fest. Like every other sentence, it's like cocksucker or fucker.
My mom was a big fan of the show. Like, that was like real easy. Every Christmas, I bought her the new season of Deadwood on
I
DVD.
do know if my mom is supernatural.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, what's the supernatural thing that's going on? There's a
There's
spin-off
a
or
spin-off.
something?
I'm so excited.
Oh,
It's all the
really?
female characters.
It's
basically.
the
Wow.
one of them is the girl from the last season of Fargo, though, right?
I don't know.
Oh,
Fargo is a great show.
apparently they are going to do a 4th season of that. They said they weren't. Now they're saying they are, but it won't be till like
Sorry.
next year.
Okay.
We are going on like 25 minutes.
Maybe we should stop then.
Should we stop?
Do we say goodbye?
Yeah.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Disused Yeti?